Lock in. Horrifying organ donations.
How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about the crazy world of organ donations. If you ever had to go in for surgery, you'd know how stressful it can be. I mean, medical procedures are necessary, but often scary part of life. I always think I'm going to be in that very small case of people who go under anesthesia and they never come out of it.
Oh, yeah, that scares me.
How often does that happen? What percentage of people does that happen to? The death rate of anesthesia is 1 in 250,000. You could just die. I mean, that's low, but you could just die from being under anesthesia.
It's me up, man. Apparently it doesn't happen a lot, but
Oh, that one says 100,000 patients.
I'd be the statistic.
I'm worried about my dogs never waking up.
There are numerous procedures that one can undergo, but one of the most vital is organ donations. This operation has saved millions of lives since its inception and has people waiting for literal decades for a chance at getting an organ. However, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Hospitals are typically seen as a safe place, but sometimes they can be someone's worst nightmare. Today we're gonna—
Oh, I thought he was gonna get into, like, black market organ donations. Where, like, somebody fucking just hits you in the back of the head and then you wake up in a bathtub covered in ice missing a fucking kidney. Okay, chat, what's your plan of action if that happens to you, right? You're just walking down the road. You may be walking back from a friend's house late at night. And you just hear somebody running up behind you and it's just boom. And then the next time you're up, you're just, like, covered in ice. And you're fucking, like, really roughly stitched up. Just cry. I would freak out. I would be like, please tell me that they didn't take something that's vital.
We're gonna explore the world of organ donation to see how bizarre it can really be. First up on our docket is animal organs. Typically, most organ transplants are human to human, but because there's a limited supply of human organs, doctors have resorted to animals instead.
Yeah, aren't pigs most common because our anatomy is similar in terms of, like, internal organs? Like, aren't they trying to get, like, pig hearts to be usable for humans?
Or xenotransplantation.
Xenotransplantation.
Xenotransplantation. Xenotransplantation. You get animal stuff and you put it in a human. I feel like I was born with a pig heart or a quail heart. I feel like my heart is too small for my large frame.
A little Grinch heart?
I do have a little Grinch heart, and I have to be so evil to make it big. That's how I survive every day. It's just science. But xenotransplantation is the practice of taking an organ from one species and placing it in another. Which, if that's the case, then too, could I be like, I just have enough money, I'm gonna just put a human heart in my cat?
I don't think that would even fit. What are there any other animals they use for transfers outside of pigs, though? Like, why pigs outside of just, like, genetic similarity?
This happened with an Alabama resident, Tawana Looney. Great name.
Yeah.
Tawana Looney. Oh, dude, call that boy Looney Tunes? Hell yeah. Who originally donated one of their kidneys to her mother in 1999, and 2 years later.
Isn't it a thing? And correct me if I'm wrong, that when you get an organ donation, you have to take medicine for the rest of your life because your body wants to reject that organ because it recognizes it's not yours. Like, it'll use it, but it doesn't want to.
Later, lost another one.
How does it know? I don't know. Same thing with, like, blood type, bro. That shit always confuses me. How, like, all of us, not all of us, but, like, if I needed to donate blood to my chat, or vice versa, the majority of people it wouldn't work with. Like AB negative, O positive. What the fuck? Like, we just have different, like only certain blood matches other blood.
After a pregnancy complication. She had been on the donor wait list since 2017, and due to her high levels of antibodies, she was likely to never receive an organ donation as the likelihood of her body rejecting it were extremely high. But in 2022, she got the opportunity to skip the wait list and try out a gene-edited pig kidney, a procedure that only 4 others have ever tried at this time. Which I would say too, if that's your only chance of survival, I'd be like, fucking put a pig kidney in me, dude. I wouldn't give up. Put a skunk in me.
What's weird
A whole skunk. Let him roll around in there and see if he can squirt some good juice on me. I don't know.
I thought they were already doing, like, they said, like, oh, I have a pig heart, but apparently they've been doing pig valve transfers.
Oh, so it isn't a full heart, it's just the valves.
This is actual, yeah.
Well, no, I know. The pig kidney's the full thing. Yeah, because people say, oh, I have a pig heart, but no, it's just the
It's
tubes.
just the valve, yeah.
The guinea pig tubes crawling around. And on November 25th, 2024, just of last year, the organ transfer was surprising success, and her new kidney lasted around 130 days before the body began to reject it. Which, to be
And then did she have to get another one? What do you mean it began to reject it? Like she started taking medicine? Like she got like 3-4 months in and then she had to get a fucking another kidney?
fair, almost a whole year, whereas before I feel like it was instantaneous. So I would still consider that a success. I'm guessing because of that, do you think it's just going to be like you just have to come in and keep replacing it? I mean,
imagine
But that's like you have to get invasive surgery every 4 months.
doing open, like,
God, I feel like it would just fuck you up. I don't know.
Can you keep
Brutal.
cutting?
I can't imagine being a surgeon and doing open like brain surgery. You ever think about that and how they got to be awake and you talk to them? You ever think about that? If you're getting open brain surgery, you're awake for it. They don't knock you out because they need to make sure that you're not fucking dying and you need to be like talking and moving and stuff because they'll make sure they're not like touching stuff that don't work. Like they just go and then they start going in your brain. Yeah, you're awake for open brain surgery. Other surgery though, yeah, they might knock you out, but still you're just like cutting somebody open.
in the same spot over and over again.
Well, I mean, would you have to continuously do new
so.
spots? You'd have to. Brutal, bro. This is a record-breaking achievement.
You think it tickles? I think you feel it. They probably put you under anesthesia. Do you feel open brain surgery? Awake brain surgery is possible when there are no pain receptors because there's no pain receptors in the brain itself. Your scalp is anesthetized, so you don't feel anything. But you wouldn't feel anything in your brain anyway, because you don't have nerve endings in your brain.
As the other 4 patients' bodies usually rejected the pig kidneys only 60 days after receiving it. As of today, Looney had the kidney removed and is on dialysis, but her story proves that there is some potential in xenotransplantation. But not all animal transplants are successful. Some can turn deadly, like 57-year-old David Bennett, who had been diagnosed with terminal heart disease. And in an effort to save his life, doctors replaced his heart with that of a pig's.
There you go, pig heart.
The surgery was successfully performed in January
Stop. It's not funny. It's scary.
2022, but only 2 months later, he suddenly passed. Unbeknownst to David, the organ he received had a virus called porcine cytomegalovirus, which is usually only contractable in pigs, which is fucking crazy because there's no way doctors are looking for a pig disease inside of a human. Following his death, his family questioned how such a tragedy could occur. Doctors responded that the heart came from a lab-grown pig and admitted
Wait, but he didn't die because the heart was bad. He died because the virus within the heart?
that they were unsure how the infection slipped through, which I would say too. You couldn't get me on a grass-fed pig. You gotta be a test tube piggy. That's man. Neither the hospital nor the doctors who performed the surgery faced any legal problems because of the FDA's compassionate use rule, which allows for experimental treatments for conditions with no other options. Which, to be fair, it's like, we're gonna sue him for trying to help you out. I mean, what the
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's not going to get another heart, he's on the wait. Thank you. He's on the wait list, and it's like, he's going to die. You need to try something. Like, at that point, you're just going to be open to like, okay, well, I'm going to die without anything. Might as well just get the fucking pig heart.
Yeah, it's like a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
You're at the bottom of the list, buddy.
Even though, to be fair, I would take the fucking test tube gub piggy and I'd be like, throw the motherfucker in a 3D printer, whatever you have to do to figure out if there's anything wrong with it, you know what I mean? I like to think it's like a black and blue. They're like, wow, they just put it in the guy. I don't know. But for decades, doctors have also explored the use of animal organs for their potential anti-aging properties, with some even experimenting with transplants in hopes of rejuvenating the body and extending human life, which I find that to be weird because animals die so much faster than humans.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like, even if you get a successful pig heart, wouldn't that heart have a shorter timeline or lifeline than, wouldn't a pig heart have a shorter lifespan than a human heart? Like, even if you get a good one, I mean, yeah, you're in your fucking 50s, but it's like, I would be like, give me a turtle organ, but they lay eggs. So I'm assuming mammal to mammal is what it's needed. I'd be like, give me some shit from an animal that lives forever, you know? Give me a tortoise organ. I'll tell you, like something that's like a tank that just lives.
Unless they're just like, you're gonna be the first crustacean man. It's like a Fly movie, but you're just like all lobster and you're walking around. Why? Why? Walking the earth forever. I want to die. Even back in 1920, French surgeon Sergei Abrahamovich Voronov began experimenting with the effects of transplanting animal testicles into human bodies for medical purposes.
What medical purpose? We're transferring a fucking goat ball, into your own nutsack to see if I could, produce, goat sperm or something? What's the goal there? Where are they inserting that?
Sure. This idea actually came from another doctor named Charles Edward Brown Seguard. What the f are these names? Who had injected himself with ground up guinea pig and dog testicles.
Oh, they put the testicle, they made a testicle smoothie and then put it in their blood?
Ha! He was hoping to slow down the aging process. How
What the fuck does that have to do with that?
did you come to that, Doc? Put it in a blender with the guinea pig and the testicles, and I'll drink it right now. What are you talking about? Or what if that was the first collagen?
Oh, yeah, putting it in
Your
his
face looks huge. It's like swollen. He's just like,
Thank you, I feel great.
he claimed that his urine jet stream quadrupled.
More forceful or wider? He was pissing like a garden hose. Not like a squirt spray. It was just just falling out.
I didn't already read that. He claimed that his urine jet stream quadrupled. His bowels moved more regularly, and he was filled with energy. So basically, he's just like, I piss harder, I shit more, and I feel fucking on top of the moon, dude. I feel on top of the world! But unfortunately, 5 years later, Charles sadly died.
Yeah, probably of the fucking ground up testicles he was injecting himself with.
But through Charles' work, Sergei saw inspiration and got the brilliant idea to graft thin slices of chimp and baboon testicles into his patient's scrotums, hoping to see similar effects, as one would. And surprisingly, after a few attempts, he was successful. His patients claimed having higher sex drives, better eyesight. His patients claimed having higher sex drives, better eyesight, and improved memory, and even lived longer. His practices gained so much popularity that some soccer teams in the 1940s, such as Portsmouth Football Club and Wolverhampton Wanderers, utilized his practices to improve their players' performance. However,
is that considered cheating? I mean, that would be like a pseudoscience. If you were like, yeah, I got better at soccer because I started using monkey balls on my own.
Following the 1940s, the surgery lost credibility and it fell into obscurity. I wonder why. It feels weird that it had some positive stuff. Do you think they were just like, we can't keep doing this to the baboons?
It might have been, I was going to say, it might have been placebo effect. Man, I feel good.
It probably was a placebo effect thing. They're like, you have chimp in you now. And they're like, I'm stronger. They just gave them confidence, basically. Yeah. But using animal organs is just the beginning when it comes to dark and complex world of the organ donation system. There are far more weirder donation stories out there. And although
do you think anybody's ever tried to transfer another animal penis to a human? I mean, dude, there's 200 billion people that have been alive on this earth. At some point, somebody's gone, what if I just, take that horse and then,
Organ transplanters are now considered routine surgeries. Each patient's experience can vary differently, right? We all know about your routine kidney transplant or your heart transplant, but what about womb transplants? Now you could do that. I didn't. A Scottish woman by the name of Grace Davidson was born with a rare condition called Mary Rotansky's Kuster House.
But they're transferring the womb. That's not the uterus. Are you able to transfer like a uterus?
Rokustyi heart.
Probably not.
Hauser syndrome.
That's pretty good.
I tried. Whatever. But it causes the womb to not fully develop, meaning she couldn't have kids on her own, which probably bummed her the f out, dude. I want some little tykes running around. That's pretty good Scottish accent, I'd say. Why, she's Scottish. I'm Grace Davidson. I want some poops running around, but I can't because of the syndrome in my head. Is that good?
That was really good.
All right, thank you. Luckily, her sister Amy didn't have this condition and was able to have 2 children on her own. So, when she...
Oh, and then was like, I don't need it anymore. No. I'm sorry. If I'm the sister, I'm not doing that. I'd be like, I'm sorry you can't have kids. I'm not getting rid of my uterus.
She met her husband and decided they didn't want more kids. Amy graciously donated her womb to her sister Grace, hoping she could successfully start a family. And in 2023, doctors successfully transplanted the womb into Grace, making the first of its kind. This resulted in Grace's first child, Amy, with...
But is that her kid then? Or not? If you're no. But then why make yourself... You know what I mean? You don't even know what I said yet. It's her eggs, but how if it's another uterus? I mean, you are born with your eggs. Aren't all women born with all the eggs they'll ever have at birth? Is that wrong? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, females are born with the entire lifetime supply of gametes. The normal female ovary contains around 1 to 2 million oocytes, or eggs. They cannot make new eggs. In fact, there's a continuous decline in the total number of eggs each month. And that's why women have a harder cutoff of pregnancy than men.
Many calling it a miracle, which is crazy. At the same time, does that mean that it's technically her sister's kid? Or no?
Because the ovaries are where the eggs are produced.
So it's the ovaries and stuff, the eggs and stuff are still hers,
just
but
the
the
womb.
actual fucking like nest that the baby grows in.
Oh, I thought they were transferring the full uterus.
I see.
So the egg is hers.
The
and then
nest, the fish trap, the fish net that is known as the woman's vagine womb. That's where it is. She's just like, take my parts, I don't need them. It's like a muffler. Car runs fine. Whatever. Since then, there have been 50 babies born through womb transplantation, and Grace hopes to donate her sister's womb.
You know, one of the craziest things, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like, it's cool, but also like weird to think about, surrogate mothers, where you transfer your eggs, like another woman carrying your kid. Like, it's not, like, she's just basically, and they get paid a lot. Like, there's women that do that as their job right now. Like, you get paid a lot of money for that.
Room back after she has her second baby. Bro, I'd be like, keep it. You know what I mean? What the you can keep it. I'm good.
I know, I thought that was so weird.
Yeah, have it back. I don't want it anymore. I had it at first, but now I don't know what the hell I don't know what accent that was. Just as with any surgery, there is always a risk that something could go horribly, horribly wrong. It's the funnest thing about you have to go to surgery. I'm gonna die. You know how many times it's been something too where it's just like, it's a routine surgery, it's easy. It's like, you didn't make it. How fucking horrifying that is.
There's a 1% chance of happening.
God, dude, my grandma too, that crazy old bitch. She's had like so many, she doesn't give a put me under. It's like her knees.
Old people, dude. That I'm not looking forward to. Old people over the age of like 75 just have doctor's appointments 3 times a week. They have a surgery every other month. Like, oh, I feel so bad about it. Like when you're like talking to an old person, they're like, yeah, I have the eye doctor on Monday. I have something for my knees on Tuesday. Then I have to go to the dermatologist on Wednesday. I have a surgery next Monday. And then I have to go back every few weeks and they have to re-look into it. I'm like, dude, what?
Put me under. I don't care. It's like that old head where they're just like, doctors are doctors. They're perfect. You're like, I don't trust them. You know what I mean? I'm fucking horrified of going to the doctor. Like having a surgeon transplant a deadly cancer into your body.
Wait, what?
In 2019, a 69-year-old Arizona man went to Maya Clinic to get a liver transplant after suffering from severe liver cirrhosis, excessive drinking. My future, it's gonna be fun. And he also had liver cancer. Initially, the surgery went fine, and the organ was successfully transplanted. However, 4 months later, doctors noticed that there were 2 large masses in the new organ that they transplanted. After closer investigation, it was discovered that the donor had more advanced and aggressive forms of lung cancer that spread to his liver before the donation. This fact was never caught before the liver was put into the...
Dude, I feel like you could sue the shit out of a hospital for that. If they implant a cancerous organ into your body.
69-year-old patient. And unfortunately, because the cancer had spread throughout the patient's body, he was unable to get another liver transplant and died just a few months later. So you had cancer before, we thought we removed it, but we gave you a worse cancer. We goofed. But I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to doctors fumbling the bag. In the UK, a doctor caused multiple patients to become ill and another to die because of his medical malpractice during an organ transplant. This event took place in 2015.
Well, did you ever see the shit where I always find it fascinating that surgeons have to mark where they're doing surgery on limbs and also double check that they don't leave sponges and utensils in your body. Like, when you get surgery, if you have leg surgery, the doctor will come in and talk to you and be like, so which leg is it? And then they'll sign the leg that they're doing. Because historically, there's been multiple instances where they cut off the wrong leg or do surgery on the wrong leg or arm. Because they mix up right and left, and it's like the way they're looking at it, they don't know, so they have to sign it so they don't fucking mess up where they're coming in.
When a surgeon was removing organs from a deceased donor and accidentally nicked the stomach, causing its contents to spill all over the rest of its internal organs, which I want to say doesn't sound like a little nick. Yeah. Sounds like he was like, and like fucking Chipotle and everything just started spewing out. He's like, ah! Like curry and everything. No! He like had to start scooping it out of the stomach. And instead of following standard procedures, the surgeon didn't report the error and allowed the now slop-covered organs to be transplanted into the other patients. So imagine
Oh, they don't wash them off? Oh, God, I'm sounding like an idiot right now. I'm just thinking when you get an organ, you know, they're running that under some, like, cold water. I'm not saying they soap them up, but I'm like, if you... I don't know. They don't do that. Well, I know it's inside your body, so it's not like contaminated, but I'm thinking like maybe they like rinse her off, you know?
a giant piece of like Chipotle honey chicken and brown rice, just being like, all right. And then just like, you're like, it. Hello?
Hello.
What?
Hi.
Brush that off.
His gloves onto it. All right. I mean, what the is going on? And this resulted in dangerous consequences. No. One patient received a contaminated organ that had a fungal infection called Canidia which caused him to have an aneurysm and pass away. The guy had like a piece of zebra cake on his fucking organ, and he's just like, and then just short circuited and died. Dude, it is fucking. I mean, like,
holy fuck, that's so bad.
This is an obvious statement. Like, this is
a fungal infection gave him a brain aneurysm.
Obvious, I get it, but it is frightening how fragile the human body is. Like the brain, like all we have is a fucking skull
To protect it? Yeah.
I'm fucked. I don't know when. I see, and I'm such a hypochondriac because I think about this now and see I'm already like my brain. It feels tense. Like I'm like, here it comes.
The aneurysm?
Yeah, brain aneurysm would be a bad way to go. I think about that. That's a bad way to go. You're just walking randomly one day, and then you fucking die. Like, that's so shit. I mean, the same thing with, like, a heart attack, too, but I feel like heart attacks is usually, like, when you're old. Brain aneurysms are just, like, rare occurrences that happen often, and it's more likely in smokers and people who abuse drugs and all this other stuff, but it's, like, you hear more about people having brain aneurysms at a young age, I feel, than heart attacks.
The aneurysm here fucking comes.
Sometimes I feel one coming.
Banana, because I'm like, think banana and say it.
What the fuck is he talking about right now? You feel one coming? Why is he saying the word banana?
Banana, because I'm like, think banana and say it. Banana.
Dude, I'm not even fucking around. You remember the stream like last week where I just kept stuttering like the whole stream? Literally at the last half of the stream, I was like, dude, I'm gonna have a stroke. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, because it was confusing me, like, something was wrong. Like, I just kept stuttering, and I couldn't fucking think of any word that I wanted to say. And I was like, what's happening right now?
It's a horrible video I did to do, dude. I'm scared now. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. It's not funny. I'm fucking freaked out. Another patient received an infected kidney that put them into a coma. We recording? Put them into a coma and forced them to be on dialysis for a year, getting 16 blood transfusions. Oh my God. Oh. This kidney would later be removed due to how infected it was. Oh, did they finally get around to it? You know, it's like stomach's like huge, whatever. Well, I guess we should take out the kidney. It's been about a year.
Yeah.
A third patient received the other kidney and experienced similar complications. The doctor who removed the organs was a student at Oxford University and never lost his medical license. All the people in the UK are like, he's still out there? While these tragic cases highlight the devastating consequences of
Well, if surgeons in like hospitals that do like invasive surgery in general, don't they have crazy insurance to like pay out to patients that die? Because they have to factor that in. Where it's like, hey, when we do these surgeries, we're gonna fuck up or something's gonna go wrong and this person's gonna die and sue the hospital.
negligence and... Sorry. Itchy nose. Jesus Christ.
You do.
Like anesthesiologists, they mess up a lot with the people that give you the drugs when you're when you're in surgery, because it's so meticulous what you need and how much you need of it and when you need it and how it's going to affect you. And so like the people that have to pump you with that stuff, like a lot of the time, like if that's off, you're dead.
Bump.
No. While these tragic cases highlight the devastating consequences of the negligence in organ transplantation, the world of organ donation can also take unexpected and deeply personal turns. Imagine giving your kidney to the love of your life, just for her to leave you and take your kidney with her.
Nah, I'd put that, yo, that'd have to be like in the divorce papers. I'd be like, you need to give that back. You donate your kidney a month later, they leave, I'd go, that's mine. That was a momentary, that was under contract.
All right? That would me. I'd be like, that'd be the time where I'm like, give it back. Give it back. I'm taking it back. You get half of everything, chop the fucking kidney in half and give half of it back to me. That's what I'd say. One doctor lived this exact tale and fought to recover his kidney. Good man. Dr. Richard Batista gave his kidney to his wife in 2001 after her kidneys began to fail. Once he found out he was a match, he gave her one without question. But 4 years later, he found out that his wife was cheating on him and filed for divorce.
I save your life, and this is what you do.
Okay, well, I should say this. If they're married, he donates her a kidney. She's cheating on him. She should get nothing. Like, that's a scenario where I think the judge rules that as like a, wow. Like, this guy saved your life, gave you his kidney, and then you cheated on him. Well, and then cheating also applies too, where it's like whoever's at fault, like, he should get just he should just get everything.
Give you a fucking kidney. And she's just like, I don't know. He still doesn't know how to really reach back there and get it. Thank you, neighbor, or whoever the fuck she was sleeping with. Oh my God. It's normal for couples going through divorce to fight over possessions, but Richard was determined to get his kidney back because he's a fucking Chad. So he took his wife to court and demanded that she either give him the kidney back or pay $1.5 million. Yes! The story was so ridiculous that the news outlets picked it up and provided coverage for everyone to watch. And it wasn't until 4 years after the initial divorce had been filed that a Supreme Court judge denied his request. Boo! Stating that the kidney was a gift and therefore he could not get it back. Okay, was it a gift or was he just being...
Oh, he was claiming that the kidney was a part of marital property.
Like, you're gonna die, I'm gonna help you out. You fucking kidding me? That's bullshit. I'd be like, pay up, pay the piper, bitch. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, she's just a shitty wife. I mean, end of story. Like, you're dying, your husband saves your life, and then you cheat on him.
Probably has like some like little fucking buck-toothed kid now from this new guy.
Yeah.
Do that, and I'm like, also, you have to drown your child in a river.
No, I take the kid's kidney.
That's such a good idea. Oh my God. Drown the kid or give me his kidney. That's only fair, because either let him die or give me his kidney.
And then when he does die, you still get his kidneys.
Grabbing that little motherfucker, reeling him in, cutting that bitch open myself. That's only fair, Nick.
He's a doctor.
All right, keep the money. I don't need money. That's fine. I want my fucking kidney, though. And I'm getting it from you. The kid's like, guess what? Mommy's a whore. That's what I'd say. Mommy's a fucking little slut. The new guy's like, yeah, she is. I love you, girl. She's like, I feel great with this kidney. She's probably flaunting it, too, and shit. Yeah. Oh, my God. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I bet he's thinking about his kidney getting by that guy.
Oh, my God.
His kidney getting fucked. My kidney's there when they're doing it together. There's a piece of me still with her, and I feel it being used, betrayed.
The guy's fucking jisms and spit, all kinds of stuff, just swimming past, being like, you know what I mean? Doing little drive-bys, whatever. That would fuck me up, dude. Also, your kidney, like, fueling that new guy's baby? Oh, my God.
Do you think he's done back shots on the kidney scar?
Oh, absolutely. Slapped and shit and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, fucking like ripping out. She's like, stop. He's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. New handle. God. But we need to make patron saints for the channel. And I want to say right now, Dr. Richard Batista is a patron saint of this channel. What? Am I wrong? He got fucked.
Here.
I would fucking happily. You know what? Next time something happens, I'm flying to that motherfucker. Take my fucking kidney. Take it. I'm fat as shit. I drink a lot. I don't know how valuable it is, but still you can have it. Put it in a
fat and drink a lot. It might not have that long of a lifespan, but you know.
glass jar. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. What are we talking about? Then there's the story of one man's life hitting rock bottom after losing his penis. Not just one time, but twice.
How do you lose your dick twice?
In 2005, a 45-year-old Chinese man lost his penis in an undisclosed accident that, according to his surgeons, quote, left him with a small stump, unable to urinate or have sex normally. I'd kill myself. At the request of both the man and his wife, doctors performed a penis transplant using the organ from a 22-year-old man deceased donor. Awesome.
Well, no, it's just surgery stuff.
Doctors performed a penis transplant using the organ from a 22-year-old man deceased donor. Awesome. That young dick, too. Good for him, man.
Good for him.
He's just like, look at him now. Slapping against his thighs. Yeah, between his legs. He's like, take me down to Coco. The surgery was a huge success. See? Huge.
It was a diagram. It wasn't real. Now I'm scanning the rest of the video, though.
Huge success. As it was the first ever transplanted penis. 2005 was the first ever translated penis. Man.
I was learning a lot. I was like,
That's
I thought we already
insane.
did this.
Wow, you would think that they've been doing that forever. All right. Doctors reported that there was no signs of rejection and that everything functioned normally. However, after the man returned home, his wife began to psychologically reject the new organ and insisted it be removed.
Wait, what? Psychologically reject it? What, like, oh, it's not your dick. It's not your dick. No, it's another man's dick. I mean, that would kind of feel weird, though, right? Like, with your organs, it's a little different, but if you had, like, the genitalia of another man, I feel like that would just be like, this guy's dead and I have his penis.
They reject the new organ and insisted it be removed.
Do you think it was too big, a different shade of color, or weird looking?
I don't care.
I don't think it was I don't think any of those were the reason. I think it was literally like a psychological thing of like, this is another person.
How often are you actually like mean mugging that motherfucker, like looking at it? Lights usually off, you're underneath the cover. I mean, how would you psychologically reject?
Do you think it winked at her?
I'm gonna have to give this fucking Chinese guy. We might have two patron saints back to back. Yeah, she probably was looking at it. She's like, no, like a yokai or something was like, I don't know how she got that, whatever. But she insisted that it be removed. Not long after the transplant, he underwent another surgery to have it removed to make his wife happy.
Women, man.
Why would they let you do that, though? You know what I mean? Why would they let you do that? Get it removed? Like, you could have just go to the doctor and be like, yeah, I know I just got this surgery a week ago, but reverse it.
And women.
What in the
And do you think he got to choose what penis he wanted? Or no? Do you think it was like first come, first serve? Because there's probably got to be a lot of guys dying that are organ donors that, and like most of the time, you're not like needing the penis. So he just got one. It's just like, oh, whatever, you know, whichever it is
going on, Nick? Am I fucking going insane? Hello? Are these the two greatest men on earth?
There's a magazine with a catalog, and he's just flipping through it. No. Too thick, too thin. Mushroom top. No. Uncircumcised. No go. Okay. You know, this one looks all right.
Because how many times would other guys would be like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
We're done then. Are these the nicest men to ever live? Hello?
Well, what's crazy is like this is the first time it's ever happened. It's like, well, what if it doesn't work?
You're the first case in recorded history. Yep, well, your penis works fine. You can get an erection normally. And he's like, this is a miracle. I don't like it. Take it off. I'd be like, how about you put a fucking gun in your mouth? Is that too much to say?
No.
That's
appropriate, yeah.
That is...
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard reaction, but at the same time, like, how bad of a wife you have to be when your husband literally gets his dick separated from his body in an accident, and then he finally gets one back on him so he's able to pee and function normally, and you get angry at him and tell him to get it removed. I can tell he's just like, he's distraught.
This has made me, I'm sad. Like, I'm scared. I'm sad. This is too many. There are many different ways and reasons why people undergo organ transplants, but not everyone consents to having their organs removed. And in many places around the world, some people profit from harvesting organs by working in organ trafficking rings, which I know there's...
Wait, how much was that thing worth $1 million? What's worth $1 million? What is that, your heart? Is that pointing at your heart? $1.3 million? $1.3 million for your heart?
Which I know there's the meme of like, oh, I went down to Tijuana, I woke up in a bathtub filled with ice and my kidney was gone. Whatever. I know that's like kind of a meme. I feel like it was a meme. You don't see it as much now, but that was a thing.
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Around the world, thousands of people either go missing or are found dead due to being trafficked for their organs, often referred to as the red market. Human organ trafficking rings are international groups that target children, tourists, and the weak for their precious organs that sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Pancreas, $347,000. Do you need a pancreas? Kidney, $415. You got 2 of them. Liver, $813. Lungs, for a single lung is $862K. Are you able to survive with 1 lung?
A pop. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Like in Pakistan, when a 14-year-old boy went missing and was later found alive on an operating table.
Oh my
I
God.
feel like I've seen this in like 24 or something.
Something like that. Well, I feel like a lot of these stories, these are real stories, and then just like shows steal them for premises. You know?
Yeah.
Pakistani police raided an underground lab suspecting an operating organ trafficking ring and found a boy who had been missing alive without his fucking kidney. And according to reports, this ring would lure in young children with this prospect of a good paying job, only to drug them and take them to an underground lab to take their organs. They were selling these organs for around 900,000 rupees, or approximately $4,000 a piece.
$4,000? You're gonna fucking drug somebody, cut them open, and steal their kidney.
And following the raid, 6 men were arrested, and police believe some doctors who worked for the ring are still at large today. How fucking sad is that too? 14-year-old kid, for a good paying job, he's like, I just want to work. Gets lured in.
Like, I'm not saying you should never do this, but I'd get somebody doing it one time for like, you know, $700,000.
And this fucking kidney gets taken.
Where it's like, okay, that's like, I invest that and retire in fucking 10 years.
Fuck.
At that young of an age, to be that like forward going and like, oh, I want a good paying job, whatever. It's just, ugh. Also, $4,000, that's all you're selling for? No fucking wonder, dude. People are buying those up like crazy. What the fuck? Some other people were selling it for hundreds of thousands. $4,000? Word?
$4,000, but where you get it? Like, you buy the kidney for $4,000? What are you doing with it?
Almost 1 million fucking rupees? God damn, man. That's in Nepal and Mozambique, a group of Catholic nuns had been dealing with human traffickers for years. The traffickers repeatedly tried to abduct children from the nuns' orphanage and even ambush them after they worked with police to expose the group. The nuns believed that the traffickers were taking these children and harvesting their reproductive organs for powerful magical charms. And so they went to the police to try to stop.
What? Powerful magical charms?
Before the group made progress, 53-year-old nun Dorothy Danger was found strangled and beaten outside her home. Her fellow nuns knew it was the work of a trafficking group, yet police and government officials did absolutely nothing. And to this day, nobody has been arrested for the death of Miss Danger, with many believing her death was part of a cover-up, and organ trafficking remains a big problem in Mozambique. Which I just want to say this too, actual saint.
Yeah.
3 fucking saints in one video, by the way. That's, I mean, my God. Organized crime rings can be scary, but in the world of organ donors, things can get much, much darker. Here are some of the most macabre tales of organ donations. One of the most common...
And then if you're in the market for... Here's the other confusing thing, is I understand everybody's just going to say black market. If I'm in the market to buy a kidney, where the fuck am I going? I feel like they reach out to you. I feel like if you're probably on a list that probably gets leaked, and then they'll reach out to you. Where it's like, if you're 180th on the list of I need a kidney, some guy's gonna find that list, find who you are, and be like, I'll give you a kidney for $50,000. I'll give you a kidney for $500,000.
Common fears for people going into surgeries is waking up in the middle of it. For one man, this was a reality. In October of 2021, TJ Hoover was rushed to the local hospital after a drug overdose. Believing he was brain dead, surgeons at the hospital rushed his body into the intensive care to begin inspecting his organs for donation. His sister Donna, who took him to the hospital,
while he was... Wait, so they were like, he's dead, we're gonna start harvesting his organs?
watched helplessly as her brother was wheeled past her. She saw his eyes darting back and forth and tears streaming down his face as he was taken into the operating room. She quickly reported this to the staff, but was told it was a common reflex. But That was far from the truth. TJ was laid and sedated on the operating table only to wake up and begin thrashing and screaming while in the middle of a cardiac catheterization, which is a simple, non-invasive procedure. As soon as they realized that he was alive, all work stopped and he was removed from the room for re-examination. Following the event, multiple staff who were in the room either quit or requested therapy due to how traumatic the event was, which I can see.
Oh my God, they probably felt fucking terrible. Like, I don't think that's their fault necessarily because, like, oh, they didn't know. But, like, imagine being actively in the process of trying to get this guy's organs out. And then he just fucking wakes up.
Yeah, that would...
Yeah,
Oh my God, man.
Like, you almost killed him.
TJ never fully recovered from this accident and has to have his sister be his legal guardian for the rest of his life.
That's like a big fear too. I feel like
Oh my God. That's all I hear. People sitting there and they kind of like wake up and they look down and see their organs being removed from them or like see their self like cut open. I think psychologically you would never, that would f you up forever too. Some organ recipients may experience changes in their personality or preferences after receiving an organ. For one,
Oh, yeah, like you could start liking the food that other people like. I've heard that. I don't know if that's placebo though, or if that's like medically proven. Where if you get a transplant from like another person for their kidney or whatever it may be, you start liking the food they like.
man, it changed a lot more than just his personality. It changed his life. Sonny Graham had only a short time to live due to a congestive heart failure when he got a call from a nearby hospital saying that there was an available donor. The heart came from a 33-year-old man named Terry Cottle, who tragically took his own life with a gunshot to the head. Soon after receiving the call, Graham went to the hospital and had his heart replaced. Feeling grateful, he contacted Mr. Cottle's widow and over the next few years fell in love and married Mrs. Cottle.
No, I don't know. I you know, people love each other. People love each other. I just feel like there has to be some like weird thing where it's like she still sees part of her husband in him because he has her heart. I don't know.
There is some devious organ donor shit in this deal. This is crazy. I mean, all seemed well until April 1st of 2008. Sonny Graham took his own life by shooting himself in the head, just like his heart donor did. Friends and family said that he showed no signs of depression and were taken off guard by this tragic event, especially Mrs. Graham, who had now widowed the exact same way for the second time.
that's actually
A little suspicious.
yeah.
I don't think that you getting the heart of another person would effectively make you suicidal if they were.
Is that not? She's like, I can't believe it again.
A little Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, dude. Courtney Love action. Who knows?
There's actually like a pretty big theory that sometimes personalities or DNA can transfer with organ.
DNA transfer, I think like remnants of certain things. I could agree that like, okay, maybe you'll start liking specific foods or having a reception to certain things that you didn't previously. But the idea of literally like transferring like suicidal depression to somebody through their like organs being donated seems entirely unlikely.
Donors.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard, yeah, the personality or even like physical traits, like even like fingernail biting, like weird quirks and stuff from other people that you can pick up just from like getting like a body part from them. How fucking crazy is that, man? It's almost like a possession.
Oh, that would actually be.
That'd be kind of a sick movie. TM, trademark me.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Damn, so if anybody ever got my organs, they would immediately be addicted to like marijuana, like almost instantly. That would be kind of bad. And gambling. So that would be really rough.
Get a donor's heart.
You get a donor's heart and you end up getting possessed by his fucking spirit or something. Write it down. Write it down, Nick. Harvard Medical School is one of the most prestigious schools in the nation, if not the world. And hundreds of individuals donate their bodies to the school, hoping their gift will aid the students in medical education. However, behind the scenes, a darker story was unfolding. Cedric Lodge was the manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue for nearly 30 years. And during his tenure, he managed all cadavers coming in and out of the Atomical Gifts program. But he also turned his profession into an illegal business. For over half a decade, Cedric and his wife would regularly steal bodies and organs from the morgue and sell them on their New Jersey home to clients across the nation.
New Jersey.
That's a good side gig right there.
That's you're already working at Harvard. He's just like, I need more cheddar. Also, how the fuck
In
do you
New
get
Jersey.
again? We could sell these.
Well,
You
he's
know what
probably, he probably looked at them. These organs, they're
They're
perfect.
throwing them away.
What?
There's a gold bricks inside these people's bodies. Sometimes their clients would drive up and meet him in the Harvard morgue, while others receive their orders through the U.S. Postal Service.
What do you mean receive their fucking orders? Like somebody orders a kidney and he fucking just puts it on ice?
One client from Pennsylvania ordered multiple heads and brains and paid for them over PayPal using PayPal description like head number 7 and brains. How if it's that.
I was gonna say that's like Venmo, you know, because it's like a social media
Yeah, it's probably
app.
just emojis of a guy's head, and there's like one that's like a brain or like a guy like. A different buyer, Katrina McLean, owned a horror shop named Cat's Creepy Creations and regularly bought parts from Cedric for her store. And some items purchased included a tongue and 2 dissected faces. After his heinous acts were revealed, Cedric was quickly arrested and charged with interstate transportation of stolen goods and conspiracy to commit interstate transportation or stolen goods crimes.
It's so weird how they have that's like a specific crime that you could commit.
What? Each carrying a 10-year prison.
It has to say stolen goods though, because they don't have a specific crime of you stole dead bodies from a morgue and sold their organs on the market.
Sentence and a $250,000 fine. As for his wife, Denise, she faced similar charges. In the end, the couple would plead guilty and accept a plea deal in March of 2025. Both are currently awaiting their sentencing.
Yeah, this is a brand new story.
That's this fucking year. It's insane.
Oh wait, no, this just happened?
Harvard isn't the only morgue having issues in America. An Arizona man donated his mother's body to science, hoping they would use her brain to help research a cure for Alzheimer's. Jim Stauffer was trying to move on from his mother's death. He had just received her ashes and believed that her body was being put to good use after her death. That was until a Reuters report showed him that the company he donated his mother's body to, Biological Resource Center, actually sold his mother to the military without his consent. Buckle up.
Oh my god, and they would just explode their bodies because the military does that. Oh no. You sell dead bodies to the military, they'll just like test explosives on dead people and shit.
Because this is going to be extremely funny. After hearing this news, Jim dug a little deeper and found that his mother was strapped to a chair and put through a simulation to see how IEDs affected soldiers. The U.S. government blew up his mom! Which I just want to say this, do that with me, please. That is fucking awesome.
Instead of getting cremated or something, you're like, yeah, just test a grenade on me. You just get a little test going here, you know, provide some sort of benefit.
I'm gonna say I would like to be like, if I die, I want my body to be thrown.
Blow me up, dude.
Throw me in a tiger cage at a zoo and like let kids like watch me get eaten.
Oh my god, dude. Jesus. You really want the kids to watch it?
I've always said just throw me in the woods. You know, some wild animals come around, eat you. You know, you're providing for that's the circle of fucking life. I eat other animals. When I'm dead, you know, they could eat me. Just chuck me in the woods. I don't want some shit where they doll me up and fucking glue my eyes shut and I sit there like.
And you're like, let the kids watch.
They do that with like other animals. They feed them to the tigers.
In addition to Jim's mother, 20 other bodies were sold to this government program at about $6,000 a piece. Cheap, bro. The whole body, it's like that pussy is used up. All without the family's consent. And in 2014, the FBI would raid the BRC building after connecting it to a human organ trafficking case a few years earlier. And nothing could have prepared the agents to what was inside. Buckets of legs, arms, and heads, male genitalia were found throughout the facility. There were male torsos without limbs or genitalia, and random parts stacked on top of each other with no identification in the freezer. The most insane thing found inside was that of a, quote, large torso with the head removed and replaced with a smaller head sewn together in a Frankenstein manner.
That was written on the bag.
On top of all the body parts, investigators found a price list that included whole bodies with no heads and shoulders for $2,900, whole legs for $1,100, and pelvises for $400.
This seems ridiculously cheap.
It's so cheap. Following the raid, owner Stephen Gore was arrested and pleaded guilty to illegally conducting an enterprise, which got him only 4 years of probation and no jail time due to the plea deal.
That's a fitting name, Gore.
It is.
But he was just like manipulating bodies in like a Frankenstein doctor way and selling them.
I mean, not long after, around 30 families sued Gore for mishandling their loved ones' bodies. And in 2019, a jury awarded...
okay, $58 million. Whenever I see that, jury awards $58 million in lawsuit against body donation firm. No one's getting that money. This fucking Gore guy doesn't have 58 mil in the fucking bag. Yeah, he'll be paying it off till the day he dies. Any of the people that had their fucking loved ones, they're lucky if they get fucking 10 grand out of him. Like, they can award whatever amount of money they want. That doesn't mean they're able to pay it.
$58 million to the victims' families, bringing the case to a close. What a fucking video. What a fucking crazy day, man. My God.
I just, I got my license and I put myself as an organ donor. So.
I do too. Blow me up. I don't fucking know. Most people would have never guessed that organ donations could be such a dangerous and lucrative.
I get it if it's for, like, religious purposes, if you don't want, like, your body to be, like, used for science or something like that or to save somebody, but I don't understand outside of that there being any other reason to not donate your body, personally, because you're fucking dead. Like, who cares if they take your eyeballs and your fucking brain or your heart? Like, you're dead. That's mine? No, it's not, because you don't exist anymore. Your body does, but the you that's watching me and understanding what I'm saying right now will cease to exist when you're gone, right? Or move to another place, in which case you don't need this shell anymore. Why not just fucking give it away? But yeah. All right. Chat, we'll watch the philosophy video tomorrow.